Welcome to this week's Allstate Bontrager Insurance Agency pregame show. I'm standing here alongside Coach Eric Moore. And, Coach, we're going into week 2. We have a big game tonight against New Pal. They gave us a pretty good whooping last year, and they come in this year with a 55-game winning streak. What are your thoughts on the game?
Well, first of all, welcome everybody to the first home football game of the 2019 season. We hope everybody can come out tonight. I know it's supposed to rain, but it's going to rain early, but then it'll be by, so don't let that stop you from coming to the game tonight, please. And bring a neighbor, bring a friend. We need everybody we can to get in the stadium and get loud, because you know New Pal is going to bring everyone in the whole community, which makes it fun for high school football and high school sports in general. It's going to be a great football game, probably a very physical football game. They're an awesome football team. They have a 55-game winning streak, and that says enough right there. But the big thing is it's the next game for us, and the next game happens to be them at our house. A lot on the line tonight for us personally and motivationally, but the number one job is to try to win the game.
Turning our efforts to last week briefly, came out, actually did a pretty good job overall as far as starting the game. We said that would be a key, and we did a pretty good job, but ultimately the turnover bug got us. And if you look at the last 4 times we've lost to Warren Central, that's really what it's been about, is turning the ball over. We just got to do a better job even tonight taking care of the football.
Yeah, but it was a different kind of turn. It was still the same outcome as far as you lose a game and you fumble the ball, but they were what I call downhill turnovers. In other words, we left them the ball on the 4, we left them the ball on the 10. We fumbled the ball in the end zone and actually recovered it. So that's really the first lucky thing that's ever happened over there. If we could just get, going west on that field is when we make all of our mistakes. If we could just keep going east, we'll be all right. But, I'm still – I can't – I didn't, belinger on this all week of negativity about that game, because there's so many things offensively we did well. I mean, we really put up a lot of yards, almost 400 yards of offense, or 400 yards of offense and 300 yards of rushing. That's what we want to do. Those little things will work out. You had kids that were sophomores that, didn't really understand if they were going to be playing in that game or not until a week or so before the game, or 2 weeks maybe. And then, bang, you're in there and big crowd and the physicality. You can't reenact that anywhere but until you get in the game with Warren Central at home. You take that and take the goods out of it, and we talked about the bads. But a lot of positives, and still a situation where we had the chance to win. Defensively, we played right there. First half was excellent. Second half, we did what we can't do. We gave up some big plays that got beaten one-on-one situations. Then the drive, the drive that ended our night. But, there were so many things about that drive that probably shouldn't have ever happened. We have offensive offsides where they may never got the ball back. And then some really weird penalties. And I'm just talking weird penalties. I'm not saying that bad. I'm just saying weird penalties that happen that only happens when the ball's on the Warren Central sideline and it's the last drive of the fourth quarter. I guess we can say that. But anyway, I think our kids grew up a lot. You got a lot of guys on the injured list this week trying to play injured. That's what happens. The fortunate thing for New Pal, their schedule allows them to play us between 2 big rivals and one rival that's really physical. So, we usually lose a couple kids and down this guy or down that guy, and they seem to always be on a positive high health. And that's the way you are. In 2015, when we ran the table, we were a healthy football team, and that's what you got to do to be a great football team in high school. Is you got to be lucky and you got to be healthy.
When you look at New Pal, Charlie Spiegel comes in. He likely will be end up in his career the leading rusher in the history of Indiana. Big, not tall, but big, solid, strong kid, and he'll be tough to bring down.
Yeah, I mean, he was last year. It's the young man that played for Warren Central is a big, strong back too. Carmel next week has big, strong. It's our conference and our schedule. Everybody has great running backs. So it's no different for what our kids teach each week. But tonight's a little bit special. He carries the big trophy on his back. And it should. We don't really talk about that stuff, but it should provide them a lot of inspiration and motivation for our kids to say, "Hey, let's go out there and make him have one of these more down games against us. Let's go tackle him." And that's one of my goals this week. We got to make New Pal punt. If they don't punt, it's going to be a long night.
When you look at our first home game, it's always special because it's kicking off the season for us here at Center Grove. But also what's neat is halftime. One of the neatest things in high school sports, I think, is the cross-country meet. Makes it a little bit more longer halftime for you, but those kids get out there, never being in front of a big crowd like that. A great, great event, and I know it's special in your mind.
Yeah, it is, because I'm the track coach, and it produces great distance runners, so I'm hoping they do well. And I would run in that. They won't have it after the game. They always want to have it at halftime. Or I know I'd participate in if I didn't have a game to coach. But I think it's neat. The kids the cross country kids got hardly any notoriety, and don't say anything about it. They just keep on doing what they do. But they get to come here one night and get 5,000 people to run. I always tell them, man, watch how you go out, because you're going to run in front of 5,000 people. That first 300 is probably a little faster than you're normally going to do. When you come back in, the same 5,000 people are going to be watching you, so you better have something left. But good luck to those guys tonight and those gals as well, and let's hope they win.
Should be a jam-packed crowd on both sides. We wish you luck. Last thoughts?
Yeah, just thanks to you and the CG Football Network for posting all of our college football players and that are starting their seasons tomorrow. Good luck to them and great health to them, and hopefully our one kid in the NFL, Nate Wozniak, can continue his ride with Minnesota Vikings. Hopefully he gets an extended contract there or ends up somewhere else. So good luck to all the former Trojans in football and wherever they might be. Hope everybody comes out tonight. It's going to be a great night for high school football. The New Pal Dragons bring in 55-game streak. Go Trojans. Let's break the streak.